we ain't gonna take our money with us when we die, right? So might as well spend it. That's how I feel about that. Tribe. Today is Saturday, February, what's today? It's February 5th.
Turn right, and then turn right.
And I am on my way to go to my mom's house. As you know, my cousin died, so I'm in the process of planning her funeral.
Right.
Well, we already made the arrangements. So things change. Instead of doing a direct burial, we're going to do a funeral. Closed casket, and we're going to Zoom it for people who are like in Virginia, our family members and stuff like that in Virginia. So I am adamant with doing this. I want to do a slideshow. So my mom has.
Turn right.
Let me put this down. My mom has a lot of old pictures that I don't have. So I am going to go and pick up the pictures from my mom. So that's what I'm doing. I just recently went to make copies at Staples to get like flyers for her building to let them know that she passed away. That's what we do in New York. You know, usually when somebody dies in New York and they live in your building, you put the little, if you got an elevator, you put it right between the two elevators that this person passed away. If they decide they want to come, they can. If they don't, whatever, but they know that the person died. So a lot of people do it in different buildings. But I'm gonna do it in her building, which is she lived on the east side on the 1st Avenue. So I'm gonna do that. I'm going to get these pictures. I'm looking for a soloist, and I'm looking for somebody to do her eulogy. So if I don't get that by this weekend, then I'm just gonna have to get somebody to do her eulogy through the funeral home. I really want a soloist, but can't have everything right. So I just want to do right by her. That's really what I want. I want to put her away the right way. So I'm getting these pictures. We already gave her the clothes. It's interesting because I'm finding so much about funeral arrangements and things like that. It's really interesting. You know, what you have to do, how much things cost. You know, it's really, really interesting. So, yeah.
0.1 miles. Turn right.
So today is Tristan's first day. Well, it's not 3:15 yet, but he has a class in digital painting at the Harlem School of the Arts. And Tristan wants to do animation. So digital painting is kind of like animation. It gives you
Speed trap reported ahead.
components of animation. The components of animation. So I'm excited for him for that.
Turn right.
You know, I try to encourage things that Tristan wants to do, not everything that I want him to do. So he's excited about it too. And that is what we're doing this Saturday. So I'll be going to her building, doing that, picking up these pictures, trying to get her, I'm doing a program too, but I want to add pictures to the program, so I have to get a template. I just want to do stuff different, and yeah, that is what I'm doing.
In 0.1 miles,
so
turn left.
Yep. So that's what I'm doing this weekend. I'm also kind of like trying to organize my apartment and stuff. I think now we're on my way with my mom to pick up the pictures from my mom, and I will probably pick you up when my mom, she don't like to be on camera, so I may get her voice. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. She's funny time. So I don't even know if I may not even pick up my camera because she's just funny like that. I don't want to be on camera. She's that one. So yeah. But I'll pick you guys up later. I'll probably pick you guys up when we go to the Harlem School of the Arts. And speaking of, let me tell you a funny story about the Harlem School of the Arts. So when I was in 3rd grade, I went to this school called PS 28. So in New York, PS means public school. So I went to public school 28. By the way, Tupac went there. I went to public school 28, the Wright Brothers School. So we have numbers and we have names. So I went to public school 28. in New York. It was on 155th Street between Amsterdam and I think St. Nicholas Avenue. And I was in a gifted program. So I was in a gifted class in 3rd grade. And our particular gifted program, we had got gifted. So during certain days, we would go to Harlem School of the Arts for certain classes. So I went for vocal, and I think I went for dance or something. I don't know, but I remember I went to public school. I went to Harlem School of the Arts years ago. So the building looks totally different. Well, it's updated. They actually did some renovations, so it's updated or whatever. So it's funny how things come full circle. Tristan actually went to Harlem School of the Arts a couple of years ago before the pandemic for acting, and he liked it. He loved it. But then we went back to swimming, and then we was doing piano, and then now his piano teacher, after the pandemic, she just not teaching no more, which is crazy because she was so cheap. Like, I'm never gonna get nobody cheaper than her. So sister, what was her name? What's her name? Sister Maddie. So yeah, but I went to Harlem School of Arts years ago when I was in 3rd grade, and I went for vocal. And you know, I ain't no singer, nothing like that. But the fact that he's going to Harlem School of Arts for something totally different also is very good. So, all right, I finished that story. So let me cut you guys off, and I'll cut you on so you can see Harlem School of the Arts. Okay. All right, HSA, Tristan's first class at Harlem School of the Arts. So it didn't look like this when I was here. I'm telling y'all right now. Hold on, Harlem School of the Arts. Come on, Tristan, let's go. Can't stand Tristan right now. So we got most of our errands done. He had to go to his digital painting class at HSA, which is Harlem School of Arts. So Tristan, how did you like your class?
I liked it. Thank you for asking.
What did you like about it? For real, what did you like about it?
The teacher was really nice. And
no, for real, Tristan.
The teacher was really nice, and I like I don't think they were going too fast.
Okay.
Like they started with the basics.
Got it. Okay. So what was the basics? Because I don't know anything about digital print.
So they were talking about like how people use color.
Got it.
And before the class started, I was actually talking to him about the Kirby Crackle.
What's the Kirby Crackle?
It's used in like it's created by illustrator Jack Kirby to like portray negative space.
Oh, what did he say?
Like he understood. At first I said Kirby dots, so he didn't understand. Then he was like, oh yeah, like to portray like dark energy. They actually used it in Into the Spider-Verse.
Okay. I think so. I don't know.
They used it in Into the Spider-Verse, and I think even What If used it in episode 8.
Oh, that's cool. So you liked it?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you liked the class. I didn't even think they were gonna have a full class because when we went, it was only like you in the class. I think I saw one person run over, but I didn't even think they were gonna have a full class.
No, I was early.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
So did you like all the other kids that were in the class?
Nice.
Okay.
The girl sitting next to me, her name was Claudia. She was nice.
Okay, that's good. So I ain't wasting my money?
No, you're not.
Oh, okay, because you know how kids like to waste your money.
I remember you said like $5.
Hey.
Oh,
Hey.
I'm not supposed to say that. Sorry.
Hey.
Sorry.
I don't like to put a dollar sign on stuff. I just like, honestly, real talk, I just like for him to enjoy and like what he does. I really don't care how much it costs or whatever. Well, I care, but you know, we ain't gonna take our money with us when we die, right? So might as well spend it. That's how I feel about that. You leave money for people to make sure they pay your debts. You leave money for people so they can bury you, and that's it. You spend the rest and have experiences, and there you go. And that's how I feel about that. Everybody may not feel like that about it, but pay my debts, whatever like that. Leave insurance and do whatever. So anyway, so right now we are on our way to run some more errands for my cousin Margie regarding her her funeral and her passing, and then we are going home. All right guys, so I will cut you guys back on later. Hello tribe. So we are on our way to City Center to see the tap dance kid. What is up tribe? It is Sunday, February 6th. Tristan and I are going to the New York City Center to see the tap dance kid. The reason, it's the last day, so the reason that I'm so bent on him seeing a tap dance kid is because when I was younger, I went to performing arts school, and the tap dance kid was one of the shows that we went to go and see. Just so happened I went to school with, stop playing with me, Troy. I went to school with Savion Glover, and his cousin Tariq Winston used to understudy for him. So I went to a school where it was a lot of kids who were like on Broadway or who went on tour. It was this one girl, this Puerto Rican girl, who used to break dance, and she went on tour, like she used to go on tour all the time. But like, yeah, so I was like, the tap dance kid, what? We have to see the tap dance kid. So I'm interested in seeing who they have, who is the well, I know the name or whatever, but I'm dying to see how they did a spin on the tap dance kid. So the first person I think to play the tap dance kid was Alfonso Ribeiro, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, so we're going to see the tap dance kid. It's a Sunday fun day, but we do whatever we want to do.
Whatever you want.
And today, well, whatever. Any other time, Tristan, we do stuff what you want to do. Stop playing. If Playland was open, we would be going to Playland. Playland, the amusement park. We've gone to, yes, Ride Playland.
Okay.
If we was to go, if what else was open? What else was open? If Rock and Jump was open, we would go there. So
okay, well, neither of those have been open in a while, so we've been doing what you want to do.
Because of what? Because of COVID.
Yeah,
so
COVID.
I'm not comfortable with Tristan going to.
I know, because it like germs and stuff.
Turn left.
Rock and Jump,
Rock and Jump is probably open, but you just
Rock
don't
and
want
Jump
me to go.
is a trampoline park, and sometimes when they have them balls and stuff, you know, it gets real nasty, and some people don't know how to take care of them. Like some people are just not. They probably do clean it.
They got wipes and stuff. Like you really think they gonna still be in business and they were not irresponsible?
Well, you're absolutely right, but still, so.
Yeah, sorry.
So today we're going to see the tap dance kid. I'm so excited. A couple of weeks ago I went to go and see the Skeleton Crew, which was great. So if anybody wants to see the Skeleton Crew in New York with Felicia Rashad, please go and see it. We're on our way right now. The show starts at 2 o'clock.
We're gonna get there around
1:41. So we gotta get our tickets, and we gotta get some snacks too, because I don't like paying for nothing. Ain't no show.
It's like airport snacks, anywhere like inside.
Exactly.
Especially remember we went to Circus Vasquez?
Yeah.
Then they have like.
But that Circus Vasquez wasn't that bad because it was pretty reasonable.
I think you kind of have a bias toward them too.
No, but it was. I'm not even gonna lie. It was pretty reasonable. So it wasn't too expensive or whatever like that. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't like. And they give you a discount if you purchase it before you buy your ticket. So, with that being said, let me cut this camera off and get to my and get to my destination, because I ain't trying to be late. Because when you late, sometimes they don't let you in, and I don't got time for that. So I want to see the entire show. Boy, better be quiet and look at the show. All right, bye. Okay, cool. Hey guys, hey tribe. So me and Tristan went to go and see the Tap Dance Kid.
We did.
It was okay.
But it was better in the 80s. I'm quoting her.
Right. So to me, I feel like it was way better in the 80s. I think the actors was phenomenal. Like Hinton Battle played the dad. To me, I just feel like it didn't give me that, like, you know, like when you go to watch Broadway shows and you're like, yo.
Like a chill?
No, like a Broadway show where they do amazing tapping, amazing dancing, and it's just like, it's amazing. I didn't feel like that. I felt like the actors were like lackluster. I heard that word before. Yeah, they were like very. Do you think so? Because I don't really think like the actors. They were kind of like, I don't know.
I think they got too much into their character.
I don't think they got too much into.
Okay,
I don't think they got.
I think it was that, like, how much so that they over exaggerated it, kind of.
A little bit, yeah.
She was like, "Oh my God, I love my husband. I'm devoted."
So the mom was really good.
And this isn't really the actor's fault, sorry, but I don't understand the mother character. Like, don't piss butt. I don't care if you are loyal and he's loyal and he kept his promise. No, just don't piss butt. He's a rude.
He was rude. The character was very rude.
The actor,
but that father did this amazing song towards the end, the solo towards the end, that really to me like saved the show. Honestly, literally saved the show. But it's funny because I was talking to this other guy outside of the show, and we were saying the same thing. The 80s, it was so much better. Like, I think they cut a lot of the songs out too. It was a particular song that
wasn't all the songs. Oh
no, so Tristan was like,
they were singing.
Tristan was like, minutes. Oh my God, they sing it again. I was like, yeah, but this is a good song, Tristan. This is a good song.
I don't care. And that's what I was saying. They end every song. Where it's like a fade out.
Tristan,
like, can they switch it up?
Tristan was like, they was getting on Tristan up. He was like, oh my God, they singing again. Hilarious. But other than that, it was an okay show. Like, it wasn't bad, but it didn't blow my mind either. But it wasn't a bad show. I just feel like, I went to performing arts school. Back in the days, I went to go see the Tap Dance Kid on Broadway. So many Singing in the Rain, all these different. My school used to get free Broadway tickets, and your mom, would have to say, they would say, hey, we have tickets at the office or whatever. Who wants, the tickets? And my mother would always get them, and she would take me and my brother to go and see these Broadway shows. So I remember my mom taking me to the Apollo for jazz night and literally seeing like Tito Puente, and one time I saw Bill Cosby just walk in there just walk up in there with his little jumpsuit on, little jogging suit, and I'm like, yo, that's Bill Cosby. But he would go to the jazz shows all the time in the Apollo. Back in the day, my mom used to take me. So like going to shows and stuff like that in New York is like, that's like second nature. Like I love doing it because I did it when I was younger. But when I compare the Tap Dance Kid from the 80s up until now, it's really no comparison. No comparison at all. They were okay, but I don't know. It's just something about the Broadway shows, like Dreamgirls, those kind of shows, like freaking amazing. But they just didn't give me like, oh my God, this is such a good show. It didn't give me that. It didn't give me that. It was very like lackluster. And I don't like to look at the I don't like to look at the reviews. But the reviews weren't great. But I don't like doing reviews. I don't like looking at reviews because
it kind of ruins the experience.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
wait, is that the like sky thing?
No,
Sky
yeah. It's like Skytram. Yeah, there's a Skytram. But I don't like looking at reviews. But the reviews weren't that good. The reviews definitely weren't that good, and I just don't like. Like for instance, I don't watch reviews for TV shows. I don't watch reviews for none of that stuff.
You kind of want, it's like a blind.
Right. So I like the show Harlem that has the Friends with Megan Good on Amazon. The reviews, they tore Harlem up. But it was more people that liked the show that didn't like the show. But I like the show. You know what I'm saying? But the reviews were like they were murdering them in the reviews. So I don't really like doing the reviews. Oh, shucks, I'm sorry right there. Oh well. But I don't like looking at that's what get me every time I be on this camera doing my thing. Here we go. So yeah, I don't like doing the reviews. All right, let me go. I don't really like doing the reviews, but it was okay. Today was the last day, so I can't even tell you guys go at your own risk. But it was okay.
Also, Mom, remember you were saying like, oh yeah, that you could sing better than that boy.
I did feel like you could sing better.
And I get it, but like, especially since it's the last day and it's the last day. They've been singing for a whole day, for several days. Like, so I bet opening night, I think actually no, in the middle would be better because opening night he might be stressed.
True.
Worried.
So Tristan was
you critical.
I'm not critical. I just feel like I think Tristan has an amazing voice. I think Tristan should take musical theater. I'm going to put him in musical theater. It just wasn't given this year. Well, this semester at Harlem School of the Arts. So that's why I haven't done it. But I have faith. I know my baby can sing. So when he was singing, I was like, ooh, Tristan can sing better than that. But I believe he can. But he's my child. But Tristan is he's so empathetic. He's like, Mom, don't say that. That's, they having a show, whatever like that. But no, he's my child. So of course I feel like my child is amazing and he could do whatever. So that's that. But yeah, but it was very lackluster. It wasn't like, towards the end, I don't know. I just feel like they were just dress rehearsing. Maybe because I used to dance and I know what it looks like when, you're rehearsing and stuff like that and it looks full out. Nothing looks full out. Nothing really looked full out. Even with the other dancers. Maybe because, I don't know if it was tapping, but with the boy, I just felt like he was just rehearsing. Like, just going through the motions with I don't know. So, whatever.
Yeah, it was alright to me.
Yeah, it was okay. But I've seen the Tap Dance Kid. And this other guy, he agreed with me. He was like, it was way better in the 80s.
In the 80s.
Way better in the 80s. To me, I feel like a lot of Broadway shows were amazing in the 80s. Dreamgirls. Amazing. Had a long run. What's the one with Phyllis Hyman? I forget which one. Ain't Misbehaving. Amazing. But you had amazing actors. You had Gregory Hines, Phyllis Hyman. You had Shirley Ralph. You had, so many like amazing, people who were like on Broadway at the time. So, whatever. But I figure I'd give a little, review. Gigi's review on That Girl Gigi. So.
Wow, they never knew what channel they were watching.
I know, right? So right now, we're hungry. And we will be cutting this camera off and cutting it back on.
They actually they had no food. Like, they usually have food in there, but they were saying,
oh, yeah, so they didn't have a concession stand.
Yeah, they said because of COVID.
Yeah, because of COVID or whatever.
Guidelines or whatever.
Whatever. But it was a cute Sunday fun day. So I will holler at you guys later. Thanks for tuning in. Later. What's going on, tribe? Today's Monday, February 7th. Right now, I'm on my way to Staples because I ran out of ink for my printer. I kind of want to, you know, when it's kind of surreal that you are, that things are happening the way that they're happening. It's very surreal to me. And every time, like I'm working on a program and trying to work on getting these pictures together for a slideshow, I just always start crying. You know, I always start crying. And I don't even think and not to say that I didn't mourn my grandmother, I don't think that I cried as much for my grandmother, only because my grandmother lived a full life. She was 100 years old. You know, like, I wouldn't expect her to live another 100 years, but she lived a full life. But it's something about watching somebody you know or you care about. You know there's something going on and it's not right. Like, I don't know whether or not it was senility or Alzheimer's or whatever, but you know it's just not, something's not right, and they won't allow you to help them the way you want to help them. So, and you knowing that they died from a broken heart, like, although she fell or whatever, I feel like she gave up on herself, and I really feel like she died of a broken heart. I really feel like she died of a broken heart. She talked about this ex-boyfriend that she had, and she was with him for maybe almost 20 years, like 20 or more years. She was with him for a minute. And, you know, and it's always three sides to a story, right? Is, you know, one side, the other side of the truth. But, I really feel like she missed companionship. And she wished that she had some type of companionship besides her dog. Wouldn't you? You know, so I feel like, and she would always tell me, don't, make sure you get somebody, make sure you marry somebody. You don't want to be like me and growing old without nobody and, you know, and all this other stuff. And she was telling me this all the time. And, you know, I've never been the type of person who has to have a man or have a boyfriend. Like, I've never been that type. If it happens, it happens. You know what I'm saying? But I've never been like that type who always got to be with somebody. No, I could chill by myself and be okay. It's not a big deal for me. But, you know, to be totally honest, you start to kind of like, I mean, I listen to her because it's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? When my son gets older, you know, because he ain't going to want to be up around under me like he is now, or be around me, or, you know, he's going to live his own life. Like, what's going to happen? Like, you better, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that I have to I would love to get married. I would love to have a companion. I'm not going to say that. But, you know, those are some things that you think about as you get older. You know what I'm saying? In another, 8 years? Because Tristan's, 11? Another 8, 9 years, he gonna be gone out the house. He ain't gonna be thinking about me. You know, I don't, you know, I ain't gonna kick him out the house, but, like, at the end of the day, if he goes to school or whatever he decides to do with his life, he's not gonna be here with me. So, I don't know. You kind of just think about those things or whatever. And, you know, for somebody who was so full of life, who was so, like, gregarious. And she always says, I'm a loner. But I said, but you love people. And when you're around people, you talk to people. You know what I'm saying? But she was so gregarious, so much fun, so many stories, you know, and it's like she's not going to be here anymore. Like, I can't hear the stories about her son. I can't hear the stories about, you know, her, you know, when she was in Harlem and in the late 70s and running the streets. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to ever be able to go to brunch like we used to do and drink unlimited mimosas at the Row restaurant. You know what I'm saying? So, those things, you know. I'm upset that she's passed away, but I'm glad that I gave her roses when she was here. I'm glad that I told her how much I loved her. I'm glad that I did those things, you know. I can't even believe I'm crying on this damn camera, but you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm going to end this vlog right now. But if you get anything out of this video right now, give your people their roses when they are alive. Don't ever feel like it's too much to say I love you every time you get the phone with somebody, or to, you know, just give your people their roses when they're alive. That's it. Let them know how much you love them. Check up on people. You know, we have this thing where most people, they check up on people when they want something, or it's leading up to something, because they keep talking and they keep reaching out to the person. The person like, well, yo, she don't really reach out to me like that. So they know you're about to ask for something. You know, let's start checking on people, on our loved ones, just to check up on them. Not for anything, not no personal gain, just to say, hey, I'm just reaching out to you to see how you doing. You know what I'm saying? Even with texts, hey, just reaching out to see how you doing. You know, that goes a long way. You know, I had one friend, her mom died, and I knew it kind of hit her hard because she was her caregiver. And anytime I thought about her, I would send her a text, hey, just thinking about you, just want to know how you doing. And a lot of times I would say, look, you don't have to answer me, but I just wanted to let you know you were in my thoughts and I was thinking about you. I did the same thing for another person. Her daughter died. And that one hit hard because my son, like, was really cool with her, and she was a sweet girl, so sweet. And anytime I think about her, I would text her. Even to this day, we saw her in the street, and I was so glad we saw me and my sister on the street. But if I think about her, I text her, because that's just, I feel like that as I've gotten older, that's just what I do. I just check up on people, say, hey, how you doing? Because you never know what people are going through, especially people who, all this suicide going on with the Miss America, with the Miss America, you know, Regina King's son, the mayor, like the other actor who just committed suicide. Yo, it's no joke out here. You know, mental health is serious. It's not a game. It's not a game. You know, and we always think that people can handle certain things, and people be trying to be strong and all of that stuff like that. Nah. Everybody's not built like other people. They're just not. You know, and people, you know, you just never know what people go through. You don't never know anybody's trauma, you know, because it is trauma that a lot of times that leads into that depression or things like that. So I just say, if you get anything out of this video, check up on your loved ones. Make sure that you let them know that you love them. That's it. That's all. I'm done. So I'm ending this vlog. I will see you guys in the next vlog. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe this video. Tell your friend to tell a friend to tell a friend about That Girl Gigi. And I will see you in the next vlog.